compare the two systems we have experimented, the reason why I use South Africa as an example and the little change that's coming there, as yes, the other ones had them, it brought us, it didn't help us as such. However, this is worse. Because in this one, it at least in the past, when we had prime minister, it was coming to the parliament to explain to the people directly. It wasn't using posodium or media talks or essays or this to talk to the people. It was talking to the parliament directly. And with various change, like I keep saying about South Africa, ANC today knows there's a lot of checks within the smaller groups, especially as you have a movement. If you have a movement that is small, like Chileans and Stings in South Africa, they're able today to sit down and tell the president directly, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, and everything. And it's happening in other smaller states where you're beginning to see change. Unlike a place where the president is just on his own, so he can get away, he does the budget, nobody scrutinizes the budget. So what you have is that the smaller groups, smaller movements, whenever they have opportunity, because there's nobody, no real checks and balances, with time, like I said, we just join them because you can see there's no opportunity for us to question this one or to do this or to do that. But if you have a parliamentary system where the leaders of the opposition are also members of the parliament and they are there would be a situation, let me take instance of Nigeria today, we would have had the president, the member of parliament, the second party there, the Labour Party there. So I sit there as the leader of, say, my own party, because the young people have followed you and are questioning this change. There's no way you will stay there and not act in one way or the other to the interest of that masses that followed you. So it just small, it will start questioning, why is this? Why is this not this? There's things that, like today, I can stay outside and say, wait a minute, how can you tell me that in Nigeria, last year, this year actually, we have a budget where the budget of the parliament, the hospital, the National Assembly Hospital, have more capital votes than the 6 of our premier teaching hospitals put together. It cannot be. You cannot have a situation where the car park of the parliament have more money than Ministry of Science and Technology. That's sensitive. But like she said, if I question it now, they say, this man is always talking. But if I'm in the parliament with my own team questioning it, and the president have to answer me directly, because when it's presidential question time, he doesn't have to hire anybody to answer for him. It's me asking him directly and saying, tell me how you presented this budget. Why will you have your hospital in Asora Clinic have more money than National Hospital? He's answering me directly. Today, if I write it, he has 20 people who will even call me name, call my family name, call everything that I get. And if, of course, more and more people are paid to. But if you have that system, it brings its own question. Like I said, I have encountered a president who told me personally, he said, listen, Peter, if I do this thing, the next day in parliament, nobody, everybody. I was in Bangladesh last year when Fasina was still prime minister. If you look at what she did in Bangladesh and yet have problem, In Nigeria, it would have been a saint. When she took me to the parliament, the prime minister took me out my team to the parliament. If you see people calling her name and shouting at her, you wouldn't even believe, you know. In Nigeria, if you do that, they'll get arrested. even for speaking. I'm always at the point
my
of
wife
being
is on
arrested
her
for
way.
speaking. The place of they were shouting at her, calling her name, and she kept quiet. And when we finished, she answered directly. Not, please answer for me or do this for me. So there's still a little bit of tweaking to look at that a little bit prior. However, he has not delivered what Obi said is fundamental. We need to look at deeper and see what we can do to improve the overall electoral system to deliver good. But in doing that, I want us to bring the person we elected where he can talk to us directly. We have presidents who have never visited any state and gone anywhere for years and finished and went home without even talking to anybody.
So I'm going to let Dr. Oby Ezekwesili respond, but then also I would like